Today on Larry King Now, actor Wes Bentley on his new film, We Are Your Friends.
I love this script. I'm a fan of the music. I have been for a long time, since the 90s. Mostly the electronic stuff, less the dance stuff, but I do like the dance stuff as well. So I was very excited about it. It was very well written, and I was looking forward to working with Zach.
On the highly anticipated new season of American Horror Story.
It terrified me, the ones that I've read so far. I literally went to bed with nightmares, and I don't get nightmares anymore.
Plus,
they should. I can't imagine this is constitutional. I don't think institutionalized bigotry is constitutional.
It's all next on Larry King Now. Welcome to Larry King Now. Our special guest is Wes Bentley. Since his breakout role as the mysterious yet soulful teenager in 1999's American Beauty, a film that would garner 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Wes Bentley has had a somewhat tumultuous career. However, in recent years, with high-profile roles in The Hunger Games, Interstellar, and American Horror Story, Wes is quickly becoming one of Hollywood's most sought-after actors. It was recently announced that he'll be back for the 5th season of American Horror Story this fall on FX, and his latest role pairs him with Zac Efron in the highly anticipated new film, We Are Your Friends, coming to theaters August 28th. Let's talk about that movie. What is it about?
It's a film about Zac Efron's character. He's a kid from the Valley, San Fernando Valley, and he's a DJ with electronic and dance music. And basically, it's a story about how you can make it big now with that kind of music. And he's trying to get out of the Valley, trying to get move on.
You can make a fortune, right? You can work Vegas and
hundreds of millions of dollars, apparently. It's huge now. So he's trying to make a break through that music.
And you are?
I play James Reed, who is a famous DJ from 10 years before, who is now sort of just sold out and is playing hits. But before he was making music, and still a popular DJ, but was a more creative DJ 10 years before this.
And the two become friends?
Well,
We Are Your Friends.
We Are Your Friends, right? Yeah, Cole looks for James to be a sort of mentor, and James accepts, and they kind of become friends as much as you can with James. He's a bit of a I don't know what the word would be. He's a bit of an angry person.
Did you like this right away?
I did. I loved this script. I'm a fan of the music. I have been for a long time, since the 90s. Mostly the electronic stuff, less the dance stuff, but I do like the dance stuff as well. So I was very excited about it. It was very well written, and I was looking forward to working with Zach.
Would you be a good DJ?
I was a DJ for a little bit, kind of. I say that like I don't know if anybody, at the time in LA, if you played that kind of music, you had to play from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. Yeah. So, every once in a while I'd slip in and play on someone's set and stuff, and I loved it. I really, really wanted to do it. Do
you consider yourself a musician when you're an electronic DJ?
That's a good question. I feel two ways about that. I agree that it's not a classical idea of being a musician. You're not playing an instrument for the most part, at least when it sort of was taking hold in the 80s and 90s. You were sampling and using electronic techniques in records. And but in the sense that, are you making music? Yeah, some of it is, I think, great music.
Pacing.
Yeah, I think, you're using the tools at your disposal. I mean, they made a fork an instrument, right? I mean, they make a tin can an instrument. You kind of use what's in front of you and you turn it into music.
Let's watch a clip from this forthcoming film, which a lot of people are excited about. The film is We Are Your Friends. Let's watch some of the trailer.
Study halls, SATs, liberal arts, student loans, layoffs, bailouts, broken dreams. This is not our future. Things are different for us. You can invent an app, start a blog, sell things online. My friends and I, we promote parties.
Hey, this party's looking a little stiff.
So what are you saying? I need to amp it up?
I mean, you can try.
It's the DJ's job to get the crowd out of their heads and into their bodies.
You were good out there. You really know how to work a crowd.
Play me something.
I'm just gonna skip ahead.
They have this moment where they stop being an admirer and they find their signature. Sounds have soul. Build them from scratch. Find new ones. Get your head out of that laptop and start listening to what the real world is trying to tell you.
If you have a dream and it's made of everything that's made you, hardship, friendship, so much love, that's your ticket to everything. This is my future.
This looks like a big hit, especially millennials, right?
Yeah, millennials love this music. I mean, it's invaded every type of genre of music now, the electronic sound, and especially now DJs like David Guetta and whatnot, they've crossed over into pop in America, which was long been the goal since techno in the 80s. So, I should say more like house in the 80s, and now it's sort of happening. So yeah, it's something they don't realize that there was a real struggle for a long time in America to be a successful electronic artist and to make money doing it.
Was Zach good at it too?
Yeah, Zach's a very good DJ. He likes music called trap music. He's hip hop, and trap music's like a mix between kind of electronic sounds with hip hop.
They don't play Sinatra, do they?
You can make a mix out of anything.
You can, I guess.
Yeah,
you could.
You could take Sinatra. It probably would make you very angry, but and as it should. No one should do that, but someone might try.
The genres, though, is often associated with party drugs, ecstasy, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's in the movie?
There's a bit of that in the movie, yeah. You know, it's I guess a lot of scenes, probably from the 60s on, you know, they all had their drugs, and electronic music had its drug, and it was probably ecstasy would be the one.
Who directed it?
Max Joseph. He worked on Catfish. He one of the creators of Catfish, and he was excellent. He's also a lover of the music, and he and I have similar tastes in the music, which have to do with using real instruments. So
you like working with him?
I really liked working with him, yeah.
Up next, what can he tell us about the upcoming season of American Horror Story? Lots more with Wes after the break. We're back with Wes Bentley. You started off in American Beauty. Of course, he's coming in the We Are Your Friends movie in August, and of course, American Horror Story, Hunger Games. Had quite a career. Yeah. You've also had some bumps in the road, right?
I sure have, yeah.
You talk about your history with drug abuse. How did that start?
Well, you know, I didn't do anything in high school. I was one of those kids in high school who looked down on people who smoked pot or, you know, partied and even drank.
What city?
In Arkansas, Little Rock. You know, small town creek drinking, as they call it. And I just never did it. But when I went off to New York, I started to become more creative. You know, I started to dabble. It really became a problem in 2006 is when it really started to take hold of me, and the drugs got harder, and I got deeper in it, and I started considering things like selling and DJing for a living instead of acting.
How'd you get help?
A number of things happened. You know, I was pushed in a corner. Some people have one bottom. I had 10 or 12 bottoms. A friend who passed away. I had no money. I lost I lost contact with my family. And I finally met somebody who I loved, and that kind of turned it around. And then I met somebody who was sober, and I wanted what he had. And then I worked really hard. I still work really hard.
That love lead to full-time relationship?
With my wife now, yeah, we're married and 2 kids, and she's the love of my life.
We're in a kind of heroin epidemic in America, huh? What do you make of that?
That's a tough one. It's a scary drug because it takes a hold of you quick and it becomes your job, and it makes me sad to hear, you know, that because it's one that takes the life out of you. It's not. I guess some drugs are easier to recover from, but heroin's a particularly difficult one.
Zac Efron had some problems too, didn't he?
I guess I never knew of it personally, but I've heard, but I never saw.
But he went into rehab.
Yeah, I guess he did. Yeah.
You were friends with Heath Ledger?
I was. Yeah, he was like a brother to me. We were close friends. We worked on Four Feathers together in 2000, and since then we had become very, very close, and we had good times and bad times. Yeah.
What a loss that was.
It's the biggest loss of my life, yeah.
The next season of Horror Story is called Hotel, right?
That's right.
Kathy was on with us.
Oh, was she? Oh,
She's
good.
a riot.
Yeah, she's a lot of fun.
Who do you play?
Well, I can't say so much who I play. And
Why is all this secrecy? Kathy Bates was here. She said she was excited and curious to see what it'd be like to act alongside Lady Gaga.
Yeah, I agree.
How's she doing?
Well, I haven't actually worked with her yet, but I'm really excited. She's such a creative soul, you know. It's so many talented people involved with that show. That's why I was so excited to be a part of it.
Okay, so next American Horror Story is set in a hotel in L.A.
That's right.
What can you tell us?
There will be horrific things that happen, and it will be in a hotel, and that's all I know.
And Ryan Murphy is the creator, right?
He is. He's the creator. I know. I can tell you this. I do know this. It's the most. It terrified me. The ones that I've read so far, I literally went to bed with nightmares, and I don't get nightmares anymore.
How did you start with this show?
I am friends with Ryan Murphy. We actually met because I was going to do an HBO. I did an HBO pilot with him. The show didn't end up going, but we became good friends, and then he asked me to be a part of last season's American Horror Story, and from there it led to this season, which I was hoping he would ask me.
So reading the script would frighten you, even though you're in a room with your furniture and the lights are on. And
It was my house, my domain.
Did your wife read it?
No, I won't let her.
Really, it's that?
Well, it's two things. It's because it's secret, but also she's, you know, she gets pretty scared easy. So.
What's the reason for the secrecy?
Well, you know, I think part of horror is the surprise, the element of surprise, but also the fans of the show are particularly good at making fan fiction, and I think sometimes you're nervous that they might get it right, and you'd rather them just be surprised. So, and I think that's the right thing to do with the show.
Do you like your character?
I love it. I love it. It's a complex character, which I'm particularly fond of.
Is television replacing film? There's more quality, they say, on HBO and the like than in the theaters.
There is a saturation of film because you either make a $100 million film or you can make a $2 million or less film, and there's just so many of them, and the quality control isn't there anymore. And I feel like on TV, the standards were set so high about 10 or 15 years ago that there is a quality control there, and there's a certain outlets that we trust that if you're going to try and get in the game, you got to meet the quality, not the money. And that's kind of, you know, that breeds a true creative success, I think, and that's, I think, where we are.
Well, and so we see many Hollywood movie stars coming to television.
Yeah, because you want to really go where the creative stuff is.
Up next, I'll get Wes's take on a few things in the news, including the controversial religious freedom bill from his home state of Arkansas, and who is the actor he would most like to work with. Stay with us. We're back with Wes Bentley. He'll be with Kathy Bates and Lady Gaga on American Horror Story. That season comes in September, I guess.
That's right, yeah.
And the film will be We Are Your Friends, coming to theaters August 28th. In April, the governor of your state, Arkansas, your home state, signed the religious freedom bill. It was the attempt was to target LGBT.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that?
I'm already getting emotional about it. It's excruciatingly disappointing to feel that where I'm from, you know, it's a state that's gone through a lot racially, historically been on the wrong side on a lot of issues. You know, although we celebrate the Central High School integration, it actually was an ugly mark on the state.
Awful Forbes.
Exactly.
Governor.
Yeah, and that's a lot of our extended history. It felt like there was progression made for a long time with a more moderate stance. Bill Clinton, the state kept flipping between Democrat, Republican. It seemed to have a balance to it. I've been away for 20 years, so it's hard for me to fully participate as an Arkansan and say, you know, what's going on there exactly politically, but just looking at it from the outside, it's a shame that I have to feel embarrassed to say I'm from Arkansas now because something so full of hate is coming from the place of my home.
Think the courts might throw it out?
I think they should. I can't imagine this is constitutional. I don't think institutionalized bigotry is constitutional.
So you obviously feel good about the taking down of the Confederate flag in South Carolina and the like?
I do. I was really happy and relieved to see that they chose to take the flag down. The flag is, you can't, there's no reasoning in saying that the flag escapes any kind of representation of slavery. You just can't do it.
It's what the heritage is, right?
It's what it is. It's what the link is. You know, you can dance around it. You can make all the other excuses for it. You could say it's part of our history. It is part of our history, but we can also let some of that history go. We don't have to.
You can think, yeah.
Yeah, we need to reflect.
Okay, let's lighten things up a little.
Okay.
Can we play a little game of If You Only Knew, Wes?
Uh-oh.
Okay, I just throw some questions at you. Who was the first girl you kissed ever?
Sarah Bull.
In Arkansas?
In Arkansas. That's my guess. I bet it's Sarah Bull.
How old were you?
Probably 5, 6.
Wow.
5 or 6, maybe 6.
Whatever happened to Sarah?
I don't know. She's
We
probably
might
still in
find out.
Jonesboro.
Is there any role you turned down you wish you hadn't?
If I'm correct, I had an opportunity to play in Brokeback Mountain 5 years before it was made.
Really? Oh, wow.
I don't know if it was ever actually going to be made, but I know I was asked, and I said no at the time, and I sort of regret that now.
And your friend did it.
My friend did it.
And Jake Gyllenhaal, right?
And Jake. I think at the time it might have been me and Matt Damon. I don't know if I'm remembering correctly, but yeah.
Great movie.
Great movie. I mean, amazing.
If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
I was going to say flying, but then I thought about maybe whatever. You know, I mean, Aquaman gets laughed at, but we don't know what's in the depths of the ocean. I think I'd want to, whatever power you need to get to the depths of the ocean, I think I'd want to have that.
I'd want to be invisible.
You would?
Oh, that'd be a hit. An actor or actress you'd like to work with?
Jeff Bridges, without a doubt.
He's a great actor.
Yeah.
Underrated. Got Academy Award, but still underrated.
But that's why he's so good. He's underrated. Yeah.
Something we'd find on your DVR.
A lot of soccer. My wife hates it. A lot of soccer in The Bachelor, because she would watch The Bachelor, and then.
What do you make of the girls' team?
Amazing. Amazing. It was truly such a pleasure to watch, and love that everyone got involved and that everyone was so tactically aware of the team.
What would you be if you weren't an actor?
I would hopefully be a soccer player. But I think I was interested in criminology at one point.
Best thing about Hollywood?
The industry or the town?
The town, I guess.
The burgers. I think the hamburgers are the best part of Hollywood, yeah.
In and Out.
Yeah. Five Guys, even though it's an East Coast thing.
Five Guys are good too.
We'll claim it too.
Worst thing about Hollywood?
The House of Cards. It's a House of Cards. Not the show.
The town.
Literally, it's a town made of a house of cards.
Pet peeve?
Impatience.
Couple of your favorite electronic artists?
Portishead and Fantagram.
The role fans most often approach you about?
Now it's Hunger Games. It was American Beauty and American Horror Story.
What was Hunger Games like to work in?
Oh, it was great. It was fascinating. It was some talented people on that movie. Jennifer Lawrence, Donald Sutherland. I had a lot of work with him. He was...
Wow.
Yeah, I love him. I love him.
He is what he is.
Exactly.
A hidden talent?
I'm a good chess player. Yeah. If you can call that a talent.
That's a talent.
Is it?
I think it's a sport, too. You got to be in shape. You got to be...
You do. I work on it every day.
Something that makes you laugh?
Oh, man, I laugh about a lot. People falling down. I'm sorry.
That's Mel Brooks.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Funniest
exactly.
thing is if you fall down.
Yeah,
the
is that
saddest
right?
is if I cut my finger. Your most cherished memory? You're a young man, but you must have a cherished memory.
Well, the birth of my children, both of them, is cherished. But as a youth, it would be Christmas with my family. All of us together, putting our clothes on our head because we were bonding with our presents. Not on our body, but laying them on our heads to bond.
Your brothers and sisters?
3 brothers, yeah, 3 goofy, funny
Where were
brothers.
you in the petting order?
Number 3 in birth order, #1 in everything else.
Next, we'll wrap things up with some fan questions for Wes from social media, and I'll ask about his upcoming movie with Bryce Dallas Howard and Robert Redford. We'll be right back. We're back with Wes Bentley. We Are Your Friends will come to theaters August 28th, and in the fall, another year of horror story. There was talk that you were being considered for the role of Batman in Batman vs. Superman. You'd have been a good Batman.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
What happened?
I think it was more internet talk than real talk. I never heard anything of substance for myself.
Ben Affleck got it, right?
Ben Affleck, yeah.
When's that coming out, this year?
I think it comes out this year, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
You keep in touch with the cast of American Beauty?
I keep in touch with Kevin quite a bit. We text back and forth, especially to make fun of each other.
Great guy.
Yeah, great guy.
Wishes he were Bobby Darin.
Yeah, well, yeah.
All right, tell me about the film you got coming, Pete's Dragon.
Well, Pete's Dragon, it's a Disney film. It's a remake of an older Disney film from the late '70s. One of the stranger Disney films from a strange era. I loved it as a kid. It's with Bryce Dallas Howard and Robert Redford, and it's about a kid who becomes orphaned and becomes friend with a dragon, and the dragon takes care of him, and it's a beautiful story.
Who do you play?
I play the owner of a timber company in a mill who is encroaching upon the lands of the dragon, and my daughter befriends the young boy.
You're a bad guy.
Maybe. I think he's a good guy.
Who's Robert Redford?
He plays the father of Bryce Dallas Howard, and he has known the woods for a long time and claims to have seen the dragon at one point.
An amazing guy. But
An incredible guy. I was so lucky to even speak with him.
pretty good actor.
Yeah, he's all right.
All right, some fan questions from our friends at comicbook.com. If you could play any comic book character, hero or villain, who would it be and why?
I did always want to play Batman. That was...
You'd have been a great Batman.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I liked Batman because he had no superpowers.
And that's right, he did not.
Right, yeah. So,
And you'd have been a good Bruce Wayne.
I appreciate that. Next time.
Melissa Allison Efron via the Larry King Now blog. What was your favorite part about working with Zac Efron?
Zach's a great guy. He thinks through every scene, which I really appreciated. He approaches it. He has a definite approach to every scene, and that's refreshing. You would be surprised how many times you work with actors who don't.
Who is one of your favorite actors or actresses that you've worked with?
Well, I've been lucky to work with some amazing actors. Kevin Spacey was such an early influence. It was hard not to say him, but the list could go on and on with incredible actors.
Lisa Lamborn on Facebook. Have you ever used one of your lines from the show out in the real world?
Probably unintentionally, but not intentionally. I can't remember doing that.
It's Miguel on the Larry King Now blog. What can you tell us about American Horror Story Hotel that we haven't found out yet? We tried that before. It's set in a hotel in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
And it's horrific.
It's horrific. It's horrific, and it's in America.
It's in America.
It's in America.
And it scared you.
It did give me nightmares. You didn't know that. It gave me nightmares, so now they know.
At 20 Sunflower Twitter, if you could choose the theme for the next American Horror Story, what would it be?
That's very good. It would have to be something in New York, I think. I think New York has such a hidden, violent history that...
You'd want to shoot it there.
Yeah, I'd want to shoot it there. Maybe that's why.
Ben Gray via the Larry King Now blog. Ryan Murphy recently said he's writing about his phobia or fear for this season of American Horror Story. Would you ever do a project that involved overcoming your own fear?
I have done a project, overcoming a big fear. I almost drowned when I was 5 years old, and I couldn't swim for a long time. I didn't let the shower water hit my face, but about 4 or 5 years ago, I did a film about deep sea diving, and I had to do a lot of diving training. Part of that was getting in the water with just a snorkel and hanging in ice cold water for a while.
I turned upside down in the ocean
Did you?
on the island and never liked the water again.
I've had similar experiences since with the ocean. I've had to force myself. I think the ocean is a different beast.
I'm not comfortable
Me either.
in the ocean.
No, it's beautiful.
I don't like deep sea. I don't like bouncing around. When I can't see land, I don't believe it.
Me too. Were you and I similar there?
But if you had a superpower, you want to go down in the
I
water.
would, because I'm curious about what's in the depths, because then I would be safe. I would be able to breathe underwater, see, no pressure problems.
Not to drop names, but Hubert Humphrey once told me that he would rather have invested all the money that we went in space to go down. There's more to learn inside than up there.
I completely agree with you, and in a way that it coincides with particle physics in a way of our own body. We could find more inside ourselves than reaching out too far.
What is Ryan Murphy's phobia? Do you know?
I'm guessing here. I think it's not writing a show to the best of his ability.
He would be
I think that's what he's most afraid of, but he doesn't do that, so he has nothing to be afraid of.
What do you like being other people?
For a long time, I liked being other people because I didn't know who I was. Now that I'm more comfortable with who I am, I realize I'm just interested in other people. It's fascinating, the possibilities in the human soul.
And it's always you in them, right?
I try to avoid it, but there's always a piece.
Thanks, Wes.
Thank you so much.
Great.
Thanks for having me.
I want to thank my guest, Wes Bentley. We Are Your Friends hits theaters August 28th, and the new season of American Horror Story premieres this fall on FX. And you can find me on Twitter at King's Things, and I'll see you next time.